Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If you love tech and useful tips, hit subscribe. Let's jump in.
When you encounter MySQL error code 1062, specifically duplicate entry 1 for key primary, it means that your database is preventing you from inserting a new row because the value you're trying to use for the primary key, in this specific case 1, already exists in that table. The primary key constraint is fundamental for data integrity, ensuring that each row in a table can be uniquely identified. Think of it like a unique ID card for every record. You can't have two people with the exact same ID number. While the error message specifies 1, this value is merely an example of the conflicting entry. It could be any number or string depending on your primary key's data type and the specific value causing the conflict. Understanding this error is crucial for maintaining a healthy and functional database. There are several common scenarios that lead to this error. One frequent culprit is an application logic error where your code attempts to explicitly insert a value for an auto-increment primary key column that's already taken, perhaps by not checking for existence first or by miscalculating the next available ID. Another significant cause, especially after database migrations, data imports, or manual insert statements, is when the auto-increment counter for a table gets out of sync with the actual maximum ID present in the table. For instance, if you manually insert a row with ID equals 100 and then delete a row with ID equals 5, the auto-increment counter might still be at 101. But if it was somehow reset to a lower value, say 5, and you then try to insert a new row without specifying an ID, MySQL might attempt to use ID equals 5, which is already taken, leading to this error. Similarly, if you've manually inserted rows specifying their primary key values, you might inadvertently reuse an existing key. Data import processes are also notorious for this, where IDs from a source system might collide with existing IDs in the target database if not properly handled with mapping or resequencing. Diagnosing this error typically involves a few key steps. First, you should always inspect the table's schema to confirm that the primary key column is indeed an auto-increment field, which is common. Next, you need to verify if the conflicting entry actually exists by running a simple select query. Select from your table where ID equals 1, replacing your table and 1 with the actual table name and conflicting value. If it returns a row, you've confirmed the duplicate. Crucially, check the current auto-increment value for your table using show create table your table, or by querying the information_schema, select auto-increment from information_schema.tables where table_name equals your table and table_schema equals your database. Comparing this value to select max ID from your table will often reveal if the counter is out of sync. Reviewing your application's logs or the exact SQL query that triggered the error is also vital for understanding the context of the failed operation. Once diagnosed, the solutions vary based on the root cause. If the auto-increment counter is out of sync, the most common fix is to reset it to a value higher than the maximum existing ID in the table. You can achieve this with alter table your table auto-increment equals select max ID plus 1 from your table. This ensures that subsequent insert statements without an explicit ID will use a unique, higher value. If your application logic is at fault, you might need to modify your code to either let MySQL handle the auto-increment entirely, ensuring you don't provide an ID for such columns, or implement logic to check for existing records before attempting an insert. For situations where you intend to update a row if it exists and insert it if it doesn't, insert on duplicate key update is an elegant solution. Alternatively, insert ignore into your table can be used if you simply want to skip inserting rows that would cause a duplicate key error, though this should be used with caution as it silently suppresses errors. If the duplicate entry 1 was genuinely an erroneous manual insert and it's safe to do so, you could delete that specific record, but this is less common for a primary key of 1 in a production system. Always prioritize letting MySQL manage auto-increment fields and validate data integrity before committing changes. Thank you for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe for more database tips.